America, we are back, baby. Welcome to another episode of America Unfiltered. Glad to be back with you guys here today on Monday. It's been a few days. It's been a few days. I have not been here since Wednesday of last week. A little bit of a weird week last week. I knew I was going to be taking Thursday off. Didn't know I was going to be taking Friday off, but it happened. It happened. But we're back. We're ready to do the show. We're here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Not an insane amount to talk about, though, if I'm being honest. We had kind of a slow weekend. And we will talk about some of the stuff that ended or that happened towards the end of last week. We'll talk about some things that happened over the weekend. But to be honest, it's not going to be that long of a show. There's not that many breaking topics. There's a couple smaller things that happened. And then there's a couple more prevalent things, but nothing insane. I mean, nothing extremely groundbreaking. The biggest thing to happen, which has been kind of overlooked, very sadly, and a lot of people aren't talking about it, is more Americans have been killed in this conflict with Iran. We never should have gotten involved in this conflict in the first place. It was an awful idea, and we did it for Israel. We did this, this entire catastrophe. This is all Israel. Israel brought us into this war through lobbying, through political pressure. That was one of the main reasons they wanted to get Donald Trump elected. And it's not just Israelis. It's also dual loyalist Jews within America who have a loyalty to Israel as well. That is equally amounted as a problem, or if not more, than just the state of Israel itself. But that happened. We had 2 servicemen confirmed killed in the conflict with Iran. And it's very sad. We should all take some time, if you didn't already this weekend, say a prayer tonight, say a prayer tomorrow for them and their families. Someone goes, the cold is gone. The cold is gone. Did I say I have a cold? I didn't have a cold, if that's what I said. I don't think I said that. I actually feel like I'm like getting a cold now. My nose feels like a little stuffy. But I didn't have a cold. I did not have a cold. If you guys want me to be honest, I built this show on honesty. You know what? I built this show on honesty. I haven't lied so far. We're going to tell you guys what happened last week. I'll walk you guys through it. It's a little embarrassing, but I'll walk you through it. We built this show on honesty. Thursday night, I have a networking event, a Young Catholics networking event. They do them every few months around me. And I went. It was at a bar. Who thought that was a good idea? It was at a bar. I went. I'm firing back a couple drinks with the fellas. I recognize some people there, some people I know locally involved in politics, stuff like that. We're talking about fish back. We're throwing a few drinks back. Then the next day I wake up and I'm like, holy fuck, I feel like I just got hit over the head with 20 skillets. The next day I woke up hungover as fuck. Haven't been that hungover in a minute. And I was like, you know what? We're not doing a show today. We're going right back to bed. And that's what we did. We went right back to bed on Friday. Yeah, it happened. It happens to the best of us. That's the thing they don't tell you about getting old is your hangovers. You would rather have cancer in that moment than have that hangover. You would rather get kicked in the dick by like a 12-year-old 5 times than have that hangover. You'd rather almost anything. It's just so brutal. But yeah, that was Friday. We were a little bit out of it Friday. We just sat home, binge watched some movies, Kind of boring day. But either way, it's not like we missed anything. Nothing fucking happened on Friday in the news. The only thing we would have talked about was Donald Trump's speech on Thursday, which we'll touch on tonight, but who fucking cares? It's like, here's the thing. It's like, Trump builds these things up. He's like, guys, I'm going to address the nation 9 o'clock Thursday. And there was a point in time where that meant something. There was a point in time where when the president said, hey, guys, I'm going to address the nation tonight, it meant something. People gave a fuck. Nobody gives a shit anymore. I watched the replay of it on Friday, and I was just like, okay, this is just, who fucking cares? You want to know why I say who cares? It's not even because the information is not good. It's not because it's false. It's not because you're watching it and you're like, okay, this guy's lying. It's just because nothing's going to fucking happen or change. So what does it matter? Like, parading this stuff around just to parade it around does nothing for anybody. Does nothing. And basically, Trump did this whole thing, this whole monologue about how there's voter fraud and how China stole an election and the Democrats are involved and illegals are involved and all these different special interests. But here's the thing, and here's what matters in the end. That's all, if that's true, it's true and it's terrible. But what matters is not that it's true. What matters is you get a fucking arrest if it is. What matters is you get some arrests, some prosecutions if this were to be true. If we had large-scale voter fraud in this country and we did nothing about it, okay, then like who fucking, it's not like who cares, but it's like, yeah, like why am I supposed to sit here like worrying about something that the president is not going to do anything about? The president wants to bring to our attention that there's voter fraud in the nation. Okay, great. Now prosecute the people involved. Oh, you're not going to prosecute anybody? Then why should I fucking care? Then why should I give a shit? Why should I lose 1 second of sleep over it? Why should I spend any amount of fucking time thinking about it if you are going to refuse to do anything about it? It's so retarded, and it's Donald Trump's MO. It's what he does time and time again. Hey, guys, we have this massive issue. Here it is. I'm not going to give you any solutions, though. It's just out in the open. That's all I'm doing. It's like, brother, you're not doing shit. Oh, there's large-scale voter fraud happening within the United States. An entire election was stolen. Oh, nobody's getting prosecuted, though? Okay. Like, fuck you. It is just absurdity. It's so crazy to me. It's like, how do you have the balls as the president to get up there and be like, guys, this is the problem, this is what's happening, and there are people who are at fault, but we're not going to prosecute any of them. No, God forbid we get one fucking prosecution. It's just so crazy to me, and I'm just so done with the Trump administration. There's nothing appealing about it. They do not do anything for the people. They work against the people. Like me personally, I got rug pulled by the president. I got rug pulled by the United States president, the commander-in-chief. That's what they've done for me. Have they helped with student loans? No. Have they made houses more affordable? No. Is anything more affordable? No, it's actually the fucking opposite. Has he done anything to prevent data centers? No, he's encouraging them. Has he done anything to stop insider trading? No, he's encouraging it and he's indulging in it as well. Yeah, nothing's getting better. Is our debt going down? No, he actually added $6 trillion to it. Oh, did he follow through on no new wars? No. We're in a war with Iran that will probably last the next few years at the minimum. Did he at least get any prosecutions on Epstein? Did he release the Epstein files? Yeah, he partially released the files. No prosecutions, though. 0 prosecutions, actually. 0 prosecutions. We've had more people arrested for posting fucked up memes in America than arrests for the Epstein files. That's not even a made-up statistic. There are more people in America. Here's a crazy statistic. There are more intelligence operatives, and I just created this, like it's a real statistic, but I just created it in my head. There are more intelligence operatives from the United States who have to live in Russia out of fear of being prosecuted in the United States for leaking that the United States was spying on every single American, whether you were guilty of anything or not, than there are Epstein arrests. It's so crazy. Edward Snowden's shown in Moscow. Edward Snowden basically cannot return to the United States. He will be arrested immediately. We have more of these people in other countries. We have more United States intelligence operatives in other countries who can't return back to U.S. out of fear of being prosecuted over basically telling the truth about how our government's spying on us. Then we have people who have been arrested in the biggest pedophile operation that we know of to date in world history. Wow. Trump is amazing. Guys, how do you not love this guy? I don't know about you guys, but when I voted for Trump, I definitely was voting for that Iranian war. I wanted that Iran war, obviously. Epstein transparency. Why do any of you Goyim deserve transparency? No, the fact that you Goyim thought you were gonna get stupid idiots. Sorry, nope, absolute Goyim. Deportations. I never even wanted them. Never wanted them. Never wanted the deportations once. You think I want it? You think when I went on Jubilee those times to push for deportations, I was being serious? No, sorry, you guys are just Goyim, idiot Goyim. That's all you are. That's all you guys are. That's all you guys are. No, but it is just crazy because that is what it's like. That's how these like Trump shills talk. These Trump shills literally double down on every shitty thing Trump does. And then it's funny because like a good example is like Cat Turd or Gunther Eagleman. You can go on Cat Turd or Gunther Eagleman's page on X, and you could look at it from 1.5 years, 2 years ago, from before Trump got in office. You could see the things they were saying. President of no new wars. President of affordability. President of transparency. And then you could literally watch as these people double down on every fucking shitty thing Donald Trump has done. Donald Trump doesn't get deportations. Oh, it's the liberal judges. It has to be the liberals every time, even though Donald Trump has the power to do it still. Donald Trump doesn't want to release Epstein stuff. Oh, it's a Democratic hoax. It's been a Democratic hoax the entire time. Iran, we're going to war with them. What do you mean we're going to war with them? That's wrong. We've been at war with them for 47 years, and you just haven't noticed. It's tiring. It really is. It is. Someone goes, where did you find those extra 10 pounds? On your mother's ass, you piece of shit. Kill yourself. What an asshole. What an asshole. I think this guy's my friend. Where did you find those extra 10 pounds? Kill yourself. Rope and a stool today. I heard they have a discount if you buy them together at Home Depot. Rope and a stool. That's how you solve that. That's how you solve that. But yeah, Donald Trump's speech over the weekend was literally just, hey guys, there's voter fraud happening within the country. Hey, Mr. President. Hey, Donald, me. Are you going to prosecute any of them? Nope. We're not prosecuting Dick. We're not doing that. Prosecution? Fuck that. Who wants to prosecute or anything? I just want to brag about it. I just want to brag. That's literally Trump. Okay. Like, dude, that's such a, he goes, you look like Maverick Bottom Gun. Okay. Dude. It's funny because of the mustache, but still, kill yourself. Like, fuck you. You look at Maverick Bottom. Where do you come up with that? Maverick Bottom Gun. Okay. Fuck you. Eat a dick, faggot. See, I do my show, and I'm like, you know what? This is my time. This is where I'm like, I'm in the zone. I'm here. I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to report the news. And then I just get raped. And then I just get bullied in my own chat. And, you know, that's where I start contemplating suicide. No, I'm kidding. Maybe, though. Maybe. It would be nice. It would be nice to get away from the goyim. You know, just kill myself, get away from them. No, I'm kidding. Knowing me, I'd be in hell surrounded by them. Surrounded by all the goyim. That's what my hell would be. It's like in Sopranos, Christopher Moltisanti describes his father's hell as he's losing every card game to a bunch of Irish people. My personal hell is being surrounded by a bunch of low IQ retards who aren't good at video games and don't like sports. And yeah, that would be hell. Just being around a bunch of losers, you know, that would suck. That is my personal hell, you know. But okay, let's go on with the news. Let's go on. Okay, like I said, it's going to be kind of a short show today. And at the end of the show, I'm going to give my review on the new Odyssey movie. The Odyssey movie came out, and a lot of mixed reviews, a lot of people talking about it online. Seems to be one of the most talked about movies that's out right now, and I'm going to give my take on it. I will say I liked it, though. I liked it. I'll say that at the start. Excuse me, sorry. I liked it. I liked it a lot. The entire time you're there, you're super immersed into it. You feel like, especially if you're watching IMAX. So you gotta watch it in IMAX. That's, you know, just a given. But we'll get to that. That's what I'll do at the end. Gonna be a relatively short show today. Not, you know, like I said, just not a lot to talk about. But we'll get our first thing popped up. Dan Bilzerian. Oh, where do we even start? Where do we start with Dan Bilzerian? So Dan Bilzerian is running for Congress against fat fuck Randy Fine. And I despise Randy Fine, but there's also a third guy in the race, Aaron Baker, which is most likely who I would support over Dan Bilzerian, or I definitely wouldn't support Randy Fine, and I definitely would not support Dan Bilzerian. And I'll tell you a little bit why. I mean, Randy Fine, it's obvious. Randy Fine is a Zionist first, Israel first Jew. He's a dual loyalist. He might not have a dual citizenship, but he is a dual loyalist. He's fat as fuck. He's a subhuman. He's cheated in elections by voting for other congressional members. And he glorifies genocide. He's literally tweeting out pictures of dead babies and says, like, celebrating them. Just absolutely disgusting. He was like, any person who tweets out a picture of a dead infant and says, send me more, this made me smile. I mean, you know, all politics and religion and all that aside, can't we just understand that that's an awful person? And then when you add the politics and religion into it, you realize how much worse he is. But yeah, I mean, that alone should be a very disqualifying moment to tweet out a picture of a dead baby. But Dan Bilzerian, through his first event, believe it or not, he was going to throw another one, but he had a paintball tournament, so he couldn't show up. Guys, I mean, what a hard life. He had a paintball tournament. He couldn't show up. Fuck his constituents. He had paintball. Obviously, you know, priorities in order there. That's what you want out of a congressional member. You want him to take days off. The only day he was supposed to work. You want him to take the event day off for a paintball tournament. Yeah. Smart. Very smart guy, obviously. Very, very much knows where he's at. Knows what he's supposed to be doing. But so Dan Bilzerian took off his first event for a paintball outing, and then he decided to throw a second event, about, what is it, less than a month out from the election? Less than a month out from the election, he decided, I'm going to throw my second event. And his second event was going to be a protest of Randy Fine's event. Not even his own unique event. It's going to be a protest of someone else's event. And here's the campaign flyer that went out. Let me take this thing off the screen for a second, because I want to walk through a few different things here. A few different things I want us all to look at when we look at this. So first, I want you to notice digital download, SVG, PNG, JPEG, DXF, EPS. So first of all, again, I'm not going to hate the guy for using AI to make a poster. I use AI to make my thumbnails. I would be a bit of a hypocrite for that. But I, at the very least, don't have my AI putting retarded shit like this on my campaign flyers. So, there's first. There's the first thing. Second thing. Well, let's go down right here. If you fit in any of these demographics, your vote matters. So Dan Bilzerian is making a direct pitch to these groups to try and get them as part of his coalition. And I want you, when you're listening to this, to make a comparison, because you have all these people who are pro-white, pro-Christian, pro-America, America first. To be honest, I'm going at a lot of my viewers here, because there's a lot of my viewers specifically who I've butted heads with over Dan Bilzerian. One of my viewers even last week was like, you should be a real man like Dan Bilzerian. Okay. First of all, Dan Bilzerian had a heart attack from taking too much Viagra and cocaine. Yeah, if that's what a real man is, okay. But second thing, for all those people who are like, Dan's a true America first Christian patriot who's not afraid to stand up to the man and the Jews and all that. Okay, so here's who Dan Bilzerian is grouping up with. He wants America first people. Okay, I can agree with that. I like America first people. That's Groypers, that's people like myself. Palestinians, okay, it's a little odd. Why in an America first coalition would you want people from another nation? Very odd to me. Armenian. Okay, again, very weird to me. It's like, why would you want people from another nation to help your America First coalition? Doesn't make sense. Muslims. Okay, so he wants Muslims. So he's not anti-Jew and Muslim. He's just anti-Jew. He hates Jews, but the Muslims are extremely welcome because the Muslims don't want the Jews either. I'm curious, Dan Bilzerian, what happens when you win and you not win your election? You're going to lose that. But what happens when your coalition wins and you guys then defeat the Jews? Okay, do you think the Muslims and you guys are just going to coexist and it's going to be super peaceful? Do you think the Muslims are just never going to be at odds with you guys? You think that's going to work well in the long run? Just curious. Immigrants. He wants immigrants. So Dan Bilzerian is America first, but he's pro-immigration. That seems pretty fucking ridiculous to me. America first is anti-immigration because you want Americans to get those jobs, Americans to get those dollars, Americans to get those houses. You're pro-immigration, which means you want those foreign citizens to come into America and take those jobs, take that money, take that house. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Let's look at the next one. Oh, he wants Black Lives Matter. Okay, so Dan Bilzerian is now just teaming up with the left. Any leftist who's Black Lives Matter, who happens to be anti-Israel, yeah, guys, they want you too. Dan Bilzerian, he's welcoming you with open arms. He's just spreading them open to everybody. Dan Bilzerian, this is his list for you guys, by the way. This is his list. So he wants the America First, only one I can agree with. Then he wants Palestinians, Armenians, Muslims, immigrants, and Black Lives Matter. Things that don't have anything to do with America First and things that are not in America First at all. We don't want immigration, illegal or legal. Black Lives Matter was the most retarded movement ever, and it was a literal scam. And caused mass violence. Muslims, we don't want Muslims in this country. We don't want the mass Muslim invasion of America. The same way we don't want organized Jewry and we don't want Jewish oligarchs and Jewish power within this nation. We don't want Muslims taking over and praying in our streets and fucking the cats and dogs and goats. Sorry, we don't want it. And Armenians and Palestinians. What the fuck do either of those things have to do with America? And then you go on, you have libertarians, a failing retarded party that nobody respects, and the only people who are libertarians for real are people who are in college in their second or third year. It's literally the only real libertarians that exist. Every fucking kid goes through like a 1-year libertarian phase in college, and then after that, they're just like, yeah, this is kind of retarded. We shouldn't just distribute drugs to everybody, and, some wars do need to be fought, and some things are necessary. It's just like libertarian. Again, some of the ideas are great, but the actual follow through there's nothing there. Let's see. Christians and Catholics would love that. Would love Christians and Catholics. Socialist Marxists. So he wants socialists and Marxists. Yeah, okay, so full-blown communism. America First is now just communism, apparently. Apparently now America First is welcoming Black Lives Matter, Muslims, immigrants, and communists. That's America First, guys. And then general dissenters. That's the last one. That's the last one. And as you can see, these events were today from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or these events, or one was today, one was 5 days ago, and one is on August 10th. Sorry. And 8 to 2 p.m. Protest outside Randy Fine's office. Let's check in. Nobody's there. Wow, nobody's there. Wow, nobody's there. That's crazy. That's crazy. So Dan Bilzerian had his first event, didn't do it, canceled it last second because of a paintball tournament. Obviously, he's got his priorities in order running for Congress. He went to his paintball tournament instead of his first and what would be only event for Congress. And then after that, Dan Bilzerian organizes 3 events that he doesn't even show up at. They're protests outside Randy Fine's offices. Doesn't even show up at them. And he's now welcoming all these groups in. Yeah, so looks like Dan Bilzerian's campaign's going really well. So Dan Bilzerian also posted that he's raised over $1.2 million for his campaign. $1.2 million. And I want to walk you guys through some of the finances because what Dan Bilzerian's doing is arguably the most Jewish thing to ever exist. As we know, Dan Bilzerian is 12% Jewish, but this move, makes it look like he's 99% Jewish. Dan Bilzerian has raised $1.2 million for his campaign. About $200,000 of that is raised through Muslim donors, is raised through Muslim special interest groups and Muslim donors. And about $1 million of that is through himself. He donated $1 million himself to his campaign. Dan Bilzerian has spent just under $200,000 on his campaign. Dan Bilzerian has the $1 million left in his campaign budget that he has not spent. Dan Bilzerian, when he loses this election, is going to give himself the $1 million back. Dan Bilzerian essentially gifted $1 million to his campaign, got donations from popular Muslim special interest groups, CAIR to be specific, got $200,000 to $250,000 from them, has spent that money, hasn't touched a single fucking penny out of the $1 million he put in. And I can guarantee this. Between now and the day of the election, he will not spend a penny of that $1 million. He will not spend a penny of that $1 million or anywhere close to a significant portion of it. What he will do is gift himself that $1 million back after he loses because he knows he's going to lose. He has no fucking chance at winning. For anyone thinking he has a chance at winning, I just want you to understand this. Florida is one of the oldest states. Florida is also one of the most Jewish states. And these are two things that I don't like in our elections, but they are things that we have to realize and accept. We can't just say that they're not. We can't just pretend it's not true. Florida is one of the most Jewish states, and Florida is one of the oldest states. The place where Dan Bilzerian specifically is trying to get elected is an extremely Jewish and extremely old area. Dan Bilzerian will not get elected with anti-Jewish rhetoric in that area anytime soon, specifically for a few reasons. One, nobody knows who these old people, every young person knows the name Dan Bilzerian. So if you don't know him through politics and all this, you know him from Instagram and poker and things like that years ago. These old people have no fucking clue who he is. These old people literally have zero fucking clue who Dan Bilzerian is. He is like any other name on that paper with just less recognition. Randy Fine is somebody who's been on that paper before, and I'm against Randy Fine. Randy Fine is a terrible, awful human being who should not be elected. But he has way more name recognition than Dan Bilzerian. And beyond that, Randy Fine is holding events fairly often. Randy Fine is meeting with his constituents. He's interacting with them on social media. He's not just cursing people out on social media every day. Randy Fine is making a legitimate attempt to get elected. And again, no matter my problems with the guy, you can't say that he's doing a worse job than Dan. Dan is literally not holding any events. Anybody donating money to Dan Bilzerian is just getting scammed. JT gifted a sub. JT, God bless you, brother. Thank you. He goes, looking sexy. God, thank you. What can I say? I mean, it happens like that. Lowe's fan got gifted the sub. Okay, I wish Lowe's fan didn't get that sub. Fuck you, Lowe's fan. Fuck you. What a pussy. But yeah. again, some people are going to hear this and be like, oh, so you're for Randy Fine? It's like, no, I'm not for Randy Fine. Randy Fine is a worthless fucking idiot who should not be elected and shouldn't even be allowed to run. But Dan Bilzerian will not win this. I'm hoping Aaron Baker wins, but Dan Bilzerian has literally no fucking chance at winning this. Dan Bilzerian doesn't know how to run a campaign. Dan Bilzerian could look to Fishback for some guidance on that, but yeah, Dan Bilzerian has no fucking clue how to run a campaign at all. He's running this campaign into the ground. He's spending the money that was donated to him from other people, refusing to spend his money. He's not showing up to his own events. Didn't show up to his event today. Nobody showed up to his. Imagine if Dan Bilzerian was the only one who showed up to the event today. How funny that would have been. It's actually funnier and more like it's crazy. Nobody showed up. Not even him. Not even him. And here's the thing: Dan Bilzerian doesn't even live in Florida. Here's what I'll say too. As much as I'm against Jewish oligarchs and Jewish power, the people I want getting elected in Florida, I want them to live in Florida. I don't want Dan Bilzerian getting elected for many reasons, but him not living in Florida is one of the biggest as well. I want people who live in Florida to be elected in Florida. I don't want people who live in Vegas to be a representative for, like, how does that help us? You're not going to be there for anything. You're not going to do anything. You're going to miss a vote for a fucking paintball tournament. It's just ridiculous. It's actually just so crazy to me. Okay. Let's keep moving on. Let's talk about Fishback for a second. And I do want to remind everybody, tonight is the deadline. If you live this next 30 seconds is literally only for my Florida listeners. If you're not a Florida listener, this next 30 seconds doesn't apply to you. If you live in Florida and you want to see James Fishback get elected as governor, or you want to see him win his primary versus Byron, which will make him get elected eventually, but if you want to see James Fishback be successful, you need to be registered as a Republican by midnight Eastern time tonight. If you live in Florida and you are going to vote for James Fishback, you need to be registered as a Florida Republican tonight at midnight. It is the deadline. If you are registered after tonight at midnight, it doesn't matter. Your vote will not count. You will not be able to vote in the primary. You will not be able to vote for Fishback. Get registered today. Fishback has been tweeting out about this literally every day since January. You guys need to get ready. If you're not, get registered immediately. It's as simple as going online, and it will take you 1 minute. It will take you 1 minute. Just go on Florida voter registration. Just literally Google that. Click the first link you fucking see. And register to vote as a Republican. That is the only way. If you're registered as an independent, you will not be able to. If you're registered as a libertarian, you will not be able to. If you're registered as a Democrat, you will not be able to. If you want Fishback to win his primary, register as a Republican and vote for Fishback when the primary comes. But you need to be registered tonight before midnight. Lowe's fan goes, I'm going to register tomorrow. Yeah, that's irrelevant. You're not in Florida. It's irrelevant. Who cares? Someone goes, Fishback is going to win big. I think so. I do. All the Kalshi polling says Fishback's going to lose. I put a big bet on Kalshi the other day thinking Fishback's going to win at 25x. 25x payoff if I win. I think Fishback is going to win. Everything I'm seeing, all the polling I'm seeing, everything besides Kalshi and Polymarket is showing me Fishback's going to win. Every person I talk to, everyone's voting Fishback. Someone said, I have a feeling Fishback is going to get screwed over. It's definitely possible. There are ways that could happen. I mean, you do currently have lieutenant governor suing him to get him off the ballot. Someone said, how did that Spurs bet go? Kill yourself. Kill yourself. How about that? How about kill yourself? But I will say, a big white pill is you can see how scared they are of Fishback. The Israeli lobby and AIPAC specifically spent $10 million over the weekend to play a anti-James Fishback ad at the World Cup during the finals. And I'm actually going to play it for you guys. It's so funny. And I have a problem with it. Or I have a few problems with it because it's untrue. It's a misrepresentation, blah, blah, blah. But there's a few things I want to talk about before we do it. One, in the ad, you're going to see a lot of people who are made from AI. It's an AI-made ad, and you're going to see they put Nick Fuentes in the ad, they put Dan Bilzerian, they put Fishback, they put Candace, Ilhan Omar, all these people, they put them all in the ad. And the first thing I want to say is it should be 100% illegal to put AI in political campaign advertisements. It should be 100% illegal. There's no reason that you should be able to use AI and use fake images and videos and created images and videos of your opponent and put them in an advertisement that there are going to be some people who believe. Because here's my next point. A big problem with the Thomas Massie thing was he was looking like he was going to win, and then shortly before, we got this massive cheating scandal that like just went away right after. But one of the things that they released an ad of was an AI-made video of Thomas Massie going into a hotel room with AOC and Ilhan Omar, making it look like he was, in a weird three-way sexual relationship with them or trading secret, whatever your mind can come up with there. But that was a big reason a lot of the people voted against him. A lot of the boomers saw that and thought it was real. There are going to be boomers who see this, as ridiculous as it is, and think it's real. And Florida's full of old people. Florida's full of very gullible old people. This should be very illegal for this to happen, but it happened. And to be honest, it's so crazy that it's like maybe they won't think it's real, but it's like still, it should be illegal to put fucking AI in this. But here's the video. Here's the $10 million ad. They spent $10 million on this. Insane.
Is this really what you want your Republican Party to look like? It's
Putin and shit. Bunch of Muslims.
Are shut out of the GOP forever. Frontline Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Yeah, so that's a $10 million ad that the Jews ran against Fishback. But it's just so crazy. Like, it's so ridiculous to me that AI is allowed in situations like it's just so ridiculous. It's so disingenuous. It's kind of evil if you think about it. And yeah, there needs to be real laws made in this country to stop that from happening. Because as unrealistic as it is, it's like people are going to see that and be like, oh, Fishback is friends with Putin and all these Muslims? Oh, this guy is friends with Putin and Muslims? Like, the fact that people actually believe that Thomas Massie was having three-ways with Ilhan Omar and AOC, I guess it's more believable than Fishback inviting Dan Bilzerian, Nick Fuentes, Ilhan Omar, Putin, and all these people over to his personal home in Madison, Florida. But, again, the retarded goyim are going to believe what the retarded goyim want to believe. They're going to see this, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, we can't vote for, like, I could already see some of the old retards. Someone said Andrew Tate video AI too. White House loves AI videos. What video of Andrew? I know Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate got arrested. To be honest, I didn't look into it yet, so I don't even really know. I'm guessing it's just related to the old charges. It's got to be bullshit. Again, free the Tates. We'll report on that tomorrow. I don't know enough about it today to report on it, if I'm being honest. I didn't do enough research on it. I'm guessing it's from the old charges, but free the Tates. The Tates need to be freed. It's disgusting how they're going at them this way. But okay, we have two small things left, and then we will do our Odyssey review. The first thing is like actually kind of retarded, but the only reason I want to show it is because I shit on women a lot on this show. We make fun of women, especially promiscuous, slutty women. We talk about how shitty they are. We talk about how they're deserving of literally nothing. We probably should trip some rights away. And I saw this video, came across my For You page. One of the girls is one of the girls who was on Love Island. If you know what we talked about Love Island. It's that degenerate show where all these people just go on an island and fuck each other on camera, and then their dads have to sit at home and try not to kill themselves the entire time. But one of the girls following Love Island finishing went on Call Her Daddy, the extremely sexual podcast with Alex Cooper, the blonde whore. And JT goes, what dads? Yeah, there you go. But I saw this video, and I want to show you guys this because, again, this is like the reason I want to show you this video, because it's dumb. It is really dumb. But the only reason I want to show you it is, like, whenever you meet a girl who's like, oh, yeah, like, I'm a trad cat, I'm this, I'm very traditional, I just want you to know, 6 months before she said she was traditional, this is what she was like. All these trad cat women are the same. not all. I would say 99% are the same. There's the very small portion who are great, but most of them, this is what they were like before they were trad cats.
Kenzie, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you, Alex. Even right when I got off, I was like, call her daddy, please. You are the reason I know how to suck dick. And I get compliments all the time.
You found yourself in
Imagine being her dad, by the way. That's the other thing you should think about. Imagine being this girl's father.
multiple love triangles.
Yeah, I have no idea how to
JT
manage
goes,
a
"I can see
roster. I
her
grew up
pussy."
watching The Bachelor. He says I love you to how many 3 girls and I can't talk about my family. I'm on a fucking dating show. My mind can't compute. I fucking love cowboys. Like, cowboy movie, fuck. Like, that makes me wet.
What would your ideal roleplay situation be?
That paint? Oh shit, that turns you on.
You're getting turned on in challenges.
Yes, it's so fun. And I'm like getting finger blasted right before that.
And is finger blasted the same as French fries?
Yes!
Okay. You guys get a video of the men in Casa More.
I just don't take disrespect like that. My husband would never say that. I'm a goddess, I love myself.
What is this lingering beef with Parmita? Who do you think played it the most safe?
Melanie and Sincere.
Who do you wish you would have kissed and you didn't?
I kiss everyone.
You and Dylan announced that you are exclusive. Have you got
This girl throughout the whole show, there's so many clips of her floating around where she's like, I don't want a lustful man. I don't want a lustful man. I kissed everybody. I was getting finger blast. Like, it's so crazy. She's just a degenerate whore.
guys hooked up on the beach yet?
That is coming soon. Have you ever had sex in the sea?
No.
Well, like, should we do it there too? God knows who I am. My family knows who I am. My family's proud of me, and that's all that matters.
Guys, her family's proud of her. That's all that matters. If you were my daughter, I would fucking kill you. If you were my daughter, I would kill you. I would like, and I'm not even saying that in like the performance. Like, I would literally string you up by your neck and hang you myself. You are an unredeemable whore. You are an unforgivable, unredeemable whore. It's crazy to me, these women that they act like this and they expect there to be like no social consequences. It's like, now if I saw you, I would just call you a whore. I would point you right in the face and be like, you fucking whore. Someone goes, Rare Mamdani W. He said he's going to arrest Netanyahu. I don't think he'll actually be able to. Maybe. That would be cool. It is a W for him to say that. Fishback said it too. When I first met Fishback, that was the second question I asked him. First question I asked him was about if Barry Weiss was an Israeli spy, and then the second question I asked was that. And he said he would arrest Netanyahu. He said he would. So, yeah. I don't know. But I saw that video on my page, and I was like, you know what? It's stupid, but like, it is a good red pill to show guys, to show them that these whores are just like, they're all the fucking same. They are. And if you know a girl who is watching that show, you know, that's her. Like, even if she acts like she's not like that, she is. And nobody will watch that show unless they are degenerate whores as well. But okay, let's get into our last small thing, and then we will go over to our Odyssey review, do our comments, and then sign off for the day. We don't have to watch the video because you guys, I'm guessing most of you already saw what Donald Trump said and what the speech was about last Thursday when Donald Trump addressed the nation. Donald Trump said that there's massive voter fraud happening at that China stole our election, that they got access to our voter base, which that's like retarded because our voter base is public. You could literally just look that up. It's so stupid. But yeah, it's like acting like that's like, oh, they stole it. It's like, bro, it's public. It's public. Anybody who wants this, I could access this information. It's just retarded. But here's the thing. It's like Donald Trump will not get a single arrest from this. Donald Trump will address the nation, say we have voter fraud, say that our elections are rigged. Holy shit. Our elections are rigged, but then he will not do anything about it. He will not change a law. He won't make an executive order. He won't call for hearings. He will not seek one prosecution. Nothing will change. And again, it's like, if he doesn't care, why should I put any effort into giving a fuck? Seriously, why should I? Someone goes, elections are rigged too. Okay. I'm just gonna kill myself. I am. Why do I even try? Why do I try? Why do I fucking try? I'm gonna kill myself. There's no other option. I just have to kill myself. There really is no other way out of this hell that I've built for myself, right? I'm surrounded by goyim. It's my only way out. JT goes, he loves me. I love you too, JT. Love you too, buddy. But I'm gonna kill myself still. JT, the show goes to you. No, I'm kidding. All right. Where were we? Oh yeah, Trump's not seeking out one prosecution. Nothing's gonna happen from this. So it's just the entire thing is a massive parade. That's all it is. It's a big nothing burger in the end. It's so like it's a little bit black pilling, but I'm sure there's something positive in the end that could come out of it. Like what's positive that can come out of it is kind of what's already coming out of it, which is when you build this level of resentment with the young people, eventually they're going to become radical enough to take the country back. I'm not even saying violently. I'm just saying like a hostile takeover of the government. And yeah, that's probably what's going to come. That's the white pill when it comes to this. That's most likely the real white pill here. But okay. But the reason I pulled up this tweet specifically, I almost forgot to acknowledge it. Because this right here is just a great summary of Donald Trump. Donald Trump will stand up there and say, the elections are rigged, China's rigging it, liberals are rigging it, immigrants are rigging it, and then in the next breath, he'll say, oh, but we do need 600,000 Chinese students in this country. It's actually imperative to the success of America that we allow these Chinese students to come in here. You remember when Donald Trump was like really pushing that? And they still are behind the scenes. But Donald Trump failed in his tariff and trade deal with China, and the only way to get out of it was for him to take 600,000 Chinese students who would go to our universities and then take up jobs in America. So Donald Trump will allow in 500,000 people from the same nation who is allegedly stealing our elections. It's just, yeah, this is where we're at. Guys, this is America, the greatest country on earth, right? This is where we're at. But yeah, so that's kind of a big sum of the news. I want to go into the Odyssey, and we're not going to spend too much time on this because I'm going to try not to spoil the movie. I'm going to try not to give away anything. But I will say, if you haven't seen the Odyssey, maybe skip it. Maybe I let some go. I'm going to try not to, but maybe I do. But the Odyssey was above and beyond the hype, actually. The Odyssey was an immersive masterpiece and one of Christopher Nolan's greatest movies ever made. The Odyssey is one of the few movies that is better than the book. You read the book, you see the movie. The movie it's incredible. It's breathtaking, actually. You're watching it, and the whole time you feel immersed in it. You feel like you're there. And I will die on this hill, and I have to say, watch it in IMAX. You cannot not watch it in IMAX. You feel truly immersed in it in IMAX. But yeah, I watched it, and the entire time I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I went in extremely skeptical because, as I reported on, there's a tranny in it as one of the warriors. There's a black lady as Helen of Troy. All these weird things. Here's what I will say, though. It didn't change the movie. It didn't like you can make an argument it changed extremely small parts of the movie, but Helen of Troy barely in the movie. The black lady barely in the fucking movie. It's like such a small minor role in the movie. It's almost irrelevant to the entire movie, actually. You barely see her, barely hear about her. So like that whole thing was just overblown. And then the tranny thing. I'm not going to give a lot away about the tranny. I'm not going to give it a ton away. But you want to know what I will say? In one of the first scenes, the tranny is sacrificed. And you're going to find that out in one of the first scenes. So I'm not really giving much away. In one of the first scenes, the tranny is sacrificed. So yeah, I don't think we had to worry about that one either. I think Christopher Nolan heard what we said, and he cast accordingly. He was like, okay, we're going to sacrifice this one immediately. We're going to sacrifice this one immediately. So yeah, again, I don't think the movie was woke. I don't think it was bad at all. I thought it was really good. I thought it was, again, yes, there were a couple woke casting things they did, but those were extremely small roles in the movie. It didn't really matter to the movie. And the overall movie itself was incredible. You're watching it the entire time. Like, here's the thing. I've read the book. I know Greek mythology. I know all these things. So I kind of knew what was going to happen. But still, the entire time I'm sitting there on the fucking edge of my seat, as you could feel the entire theater vibrating with the sound and the bass from IMAX and all that. And you're just like, holy fuck, are they going to make it out of this one? Are they going to make it, like... The entire time, you are just fully immersed in this experience, and it is beautiful. It truly is. It's a masterpiece of a movie. It takes all the best things you want in a movie and puts it in there. everything about it was perfect. There's literally not a bad thing I have to say about the movie. I really thought I was going to see the movie and I was going to say, you know what? It felt really immersive, felt really great. But every time I saw like this character on screen, it would take me out of it because of how bad they were cast. Doesn't happen because you barely see those characters. They're in such small roles. And really the entire movie is just a beautiful story. I can't even describe it. There's not a lot of words that describe how incredible the actual movie was. And you see all these conservative commentators who are going online and they're making jokes and they're saying, oh, nobody likes the Odyssey, or the Odyssey is great with like the paid promotion tab, like all these things. And it's like, okay, give it a chance is what I say. Give it a chance. Go watch it and look for yourself. It is truly a masterpiece, one of Christopher Nolan's best movies. Ugh. Someone goes, I could picture you swinging your little feet in excitement in the field. Okay. Dude, I just have to kill myself. There really is no way out of this. I really do. Someone goes, remember when Trump was trying to make America great again? Dude, I wish. No Greeks, though. Were there no Greeks in the movie? Or what are you saying? Someone just goes, Christopher Nolan sucks. Okay, L take. I like you, buddy. I interact with you a lot. That's an L take. What do you mean? What do you mean Christopher Nolan sucks? Interstellar, The Prestige. What's that other fucking movie? Inception. Like, what are you talking about? Christopher Nolan's incredible. He did Inception, right? Yeah, Christopher Nolan did Inception. Is there somewhere I can just watch the trans dude? Dude, what? But okay. I feel like that's, like I said, I don't want to spoil, so I don't want to go too in depth. I just wanted to give my take on it. I loved it. I really loved it, and I thought it was a masterpiece. They have these things at these theaters, the 4DX they call it, where it's like you sit in the theater and, you know, like if, like I saw it for Top Gun Maverick, and I'll explain it from how I saw it there. When I saw Top Gun Maverick, like when the planes went left, you like jetted left and jet right, and like water was splashing you and wind and like all these things. And apparently people, when they see this in 4DX, it's just like, fuck, I don't recommend seeing it in 4DX. That's what I've heard. It's like, apparently it's just like nonstop, just like back and forth. And like, I could picture that happening. I could picture that. And if you know anything about the story, you would know. Someone says no one Greek was cast in the inclusive film. That's actually kind of funny. That is kind of funny. Nobody Greek. Dude, I'm Greek. What team is LeBron going to? Probably the Warriors. He thinks he's smarter than he is. He's a pompous ass. Well, he is one of the best directors of all time, so I think he's pretty smart. I mean, like, I think at a point you, like, deserve to be, like, a little bit of, like, be able to brag and things like that. Yeah, I mean, LeBron's either going to the Heat, the Warriors, or the Cavs. Really no other options. Heat, Warriors, or Cavs. If he goes to Philly, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Yeah. But okay, let's go into our comment section. Let's do our comments for the day. And then we will be signing off.
The Tates were arrested yesterday in Miami on 59 counts of sex trafficking charges from the UK. Do you think they will be convicted on any charge?
Hopefully not. No. Hopefully not. They're not guilty. And sex trafficking, here's again, I hate to always be this guy, because I am always this guy. I'm always the guy who's like trying to find a way to like justify a weird crime. Like I always say, they need to change the age of consent. The way they have it set up, it's kind of weird. Like the fact that like an 80-year-old could legally fuck an 18-year-old is really odd to me. The fact that like it's more immoral legally for an 80-year-old to fuck an 18, or it's worse technically for like a 15-year-old to fuck like a 19-year-old than it is like an 80-year-old to an 18-year-old. Like that's crazy to me. And I'm not even trying to make the arguments that you need to like say like, oh, these kids need to fuck it. No, like that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you need to restructure it in a way that's less predatory. And I also am a big proponent or a big person in saying the sex trafficking laws are retarded. technically, if I have a girlfriend, right? If I have a girlfriend and she lives in California, I live in Florida. If I fly her to Florida and then we have sex, that's sex trafficking. Flying somebody from one state, moving someone from one state to another, even if they're moving willingly, even if they consent to, going. So if I pay for the flight for my girlfriend to come from California to Florida and I fuck my girlfriend, I sex traffic my girlfriend. So you guys could see how that's like a slippery slope. Sex trafficking literally just means you move someone from one state to another or one location to another, and then you had sex. No matter if it was consensual or anything like that, consent is irrelevant in sex trafficking. That's not what the crime is. So yeah, like basically, like you can make an argument. They're saying, I haven't looked into the Tates thing. I will look into it. We're going to report on it tomorrow, but it's like, technically, if Andrew Tate has flown out 60 girls and fucked them all, he sex trafficked all 60. Like, there would be a truth to him sex trafficking, but it's like, is it the kind of evil sex trafficking that we're actually talking about, I guess, is the real question. But I would say no, he's innocent. I don't think he is that type of person from everything I've seen about him.
Did you see the experiment Valhalla did with the 3006 and animal carcasses? I'm not one believing everything Candace says, but I have a really hard time believing CK was killed by a 3006. And if TR admits and doesn't seem like he is doing so, BC his life is being threatened, I have no issue denouncing CO, but again, I don't buy into all of her theories. No way that bullet went in and was stopped by his Superman neck though.
Alright, well, at least you're more reasonable than fucking Rogue was about that. It was just like, I crashed out on both of you, but you gotta understand, it's like, you saying, oh, I don't subscribe to all Candace's theories makes you, smarter than him. I'm smarter than Rogue. Because it's just so retarded. It's like her theories are actually fucking retarded for the most part. Did I see the experiment Valhalla did? Is that like a joke because of the Sia in Valhalla brother comment from Cash Patel? And here's the thing. It's like, whether you believe or not that a 30-06 stopped in his neck, here's what you can do, and here's what I recommend. Just wait till the fucking trial starts. At the very least, wait to see if he pleads innocent or guilty. Like, if he pleads guilty or not guilty. How about that? By the end of September, within 2 months from now we will know if he's pleading innocent or guilty. So, if he pleads guilty, it's like everything you guys are saying is literally like everything you're saying about, oh, none of it's true. If he pleads guilty and he admits to doing it, it's like, what's the backtracking? Like, I asked that specific question and nobody gave me an answer. Not a single one of you gave me an answer. If he pleads guilty and he admits to doing it in court, which he most likely would do with a guilty plea, he would most likely give a statement for a lesser sentence. What are you going to do? How are you going to backtrack? How are you going to say, oh, yeah, Candace was wrong this whole time? Are you going to admit it, or are you going to keep doubling down? Like, these are the questions I want answers to. And then this is like how Rogue responds. It's so retarded.
But, 30-year virgin probably gay. Fuentes said Israel didn't do it.
Yeah, again, you have no actual evidence of that. You think Israel did it because you don't like Israel, but you're also not even an American. You're a Canadian. Like, okay, it's just...
I know we are allies with them. At least treat them as an ally like we treat England, France, etc. Favorite Bible verse?
Favorite Bible verse? I don't know. Deuteronomy 28, 33 through 34, I think. That's a really good one. The resident alien that resides among you will rise higher and higher as you sink lower and lower. They will lend to you, not you to them. They will become the head and you the tail. I think that's it. There's also some great gospel verses, obviously. I don't know. I'm not great at quoting scripture. That's one of the things I admired about Charlie Kirk, is he could just quote it at any point.
Yeah, and they were behind the Charlie Kirk assassination, but you are believing the goy slop Tyler Robinson smoke and mirrors narrative cause 30-year-old virgin Fuentes suspected gay told you so.
This is how I know you're low IQ, is because you can't fathom an idea where I come up with an opinion on my own. That's how I know you're low IQ. You can't envision a world where people could have their own opinions and their opinion could be similar to someone else. It's just so retarded. You think everything I do is based off something someone else told me to do. It's just like, you are the lowest IQ retard in this chat right now.
Uncle Rogue is going to strike the hammer down if you keep falling for this Tyler Robinson shit. Even if Tyler shot Charlie in the neck with a high-powered rifle that left a tiny hole, he didn't. Go shoot that round and tell me it's going to leave that mark. There is so much evidence that Israel was behind it. You are doing your podcast a dishonor by relying on Fuentes' 30-year-old virgin. Go listen to an actual man, Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah, that's the gun. Go listen to an actual man, Dan Bilzerian. Yeah, again, you're a retard. Go listen to an actual man, Dan Bilzerian. Yeah, that's an actual man. You are literally fucking retarded. And again, you say, oh, there's so much evidence that Israel did it. Okay, name any of it. Name any of the evidence that Israel did it, besides saying Charlie was turning on Israel, because was Charlie turning on Israel or was Charlie turning on Netanyahu? Two very different things. Netanyahu is not Israel. Netanyahu is an old man who's on his way out, who will die, who is wanted for war crimes. So was he turning on the Likud party and Netanyahu, or was he turning on the nation of Israel, which he felt biblical ties to as an evangelical? It's just so low IQ. And where's your evidence? I'd love to hear it. And you say, like a real man like Dan Bilzerian. How's Dan Bilzerian's campaign events going? How are they going? Did he show up to any of them? He missed the first one for a paintball tournament, and then the next three he just decided not to show up to. No, actually, nobody decided to show up to his event today. Not a single person. Not a single person showed up to his event today. So yeah, that's really going well for him. It's like so low IQ, like just so retarded.
This tie is a bit better. FK Candace, by the way, not a fan.
Yeah, Candace is retarded. So JT goes, oh my god, this guy's a moron. He's rage baiting. The crazy thing is he's not rage baiting. He's a commenter who's been going for a long time. I know his opinions, and he's not. He genuinely thinks this is true.
What do you think they will do when they get in power to hurt the right wing besides abortion laws and border laws? I agree with you, but those are the only two that come to mind off the top of my head.
Because you're just thinking of policy. You're not thinking of, like, when Biden got elected, they brought the hammer down on conservatives. Like, you know, they always talk about, oh, Republicans are, they're not giving illegals due process. What about they didn't give any of them due process. They brought the fucking hammer down on these people. They were put on no-fly list, bank accounts restricted, all these different things. And a lot of things like that could happen. If you don't think they're going to come for, like, Groypers and the right and people in the media, like, they had Twitter basically locked down to the point where Elon had to take a loss, spending billions of dollars to buy it. You know, like they're going to come for censorship. They're going to come for arrests. Here's the thing. All the things we wish Trump would do with the far left, they're going to actually do with the right. Like, we want Trump to, like, put the screws in Antifa, and we want him to actually prosecute people and do all that. He's not doing any of it. They're saying he's doing it, but they're not doing any of it. The left, they'll actually do it. That's the difference. The left actually does shit. And again, I don't like the shit they do, but they actually do shit. When Biden was in office, they brought the fucking hammer down on Republicans. Trump's in office, he doesn't do shit to Democrats. Literally doesn't do fucking anything to them. As long as they're Jewish or willing to support Israel, he welcomes them with open arms. Just so retarded.
Holy shit. My comment felt so out of place amongst the giant turd tsunami that was all those retarded comments. I'm honestly surprised you didn't crash out after the first 3 comments.
I crashed out for a while. Last few comments.
Hello there, I took a break from Spotify. James, what part of Greece is your family from?
No fucking clue. Is that all of them? Yeah, thank God. Holy, thank God. Alright, that's all the comments. Thank fucking God. It's so annoying. It really is. Like, I like doing the comments. I like interacting with people. I fucking despise the Candace retards. I do. Because it's like, one, a lot of them are just impatient and retarded. It's like, holy shit. If you're like, oh, like the guy, his name's Broski on there. He's like, oh, I don't really believe Candace, but I don't believe the FBI. It's like, one, I say that exact same thing. Second, the common sense answer then would be, okay, let's see if he takes a guilty or innocent plea. Let's see if what they say in trial, let's actually see the evidence. That would be what the common person would say, common sense person would say. But no, you don't say that. Then Rogue is like, oh, Fuentes said this and you feel like you have to listen. First of all, Fuentes wasn't even covering the trial. He covered it on the last day. I was covering it every day. All my opinions are my own, have always been my own, and you are too retarded to understand that. Second of all, you don't even live in America. Third of all, you're a fucking retard. Fourth of all, you're a fucking retard. Fifth of all, you're a retard. And sixth and final, you're a fucking retard. I feel like, yeah, those are some pretty good answers. Actually, seventh and final reason. Oh, there's so much evidence Israel did it. What's your evidence Israel did it? Charlie sent one text saying he was turning on Israel. It's like, okay, now you have to interpret that text. Do you think Charlie was turning on the nation of Israel, which he feels biblically tied to, or do you think Charlie was turning on Benjamin Netanyahu? Do you think Charlie was turning on the unpopular Benjamin Netanyahu who's wanted for war crimes, or do you think he was turning on the full history and nation of Israel? It's just like, you are so fucking low IQ, the fact that you cannot understand this. What the fuck? Someone goes, Candace should get Tyler Perry to do an autopsy on Charlie? Why would Tyler Perry? What? James' future wife was 2 weeks away from a nuclear weapon. That's why that girl's school was bombed. See, that's a good one. That's a good one. But okay, I think we're going to sign off. I think it's going to be all. I think it's going to be the show. We'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday. We'll have a full week of shows this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for being fans of the show. God bless you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Please remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment. We read all the comments at the end of each show. Rate the show 5 stars. Join us on Telegram in the description. Let's see. And check out our website, autv.shop. autv.shop for all your America Unfiltered goods. But thank you guys, and I will see you guys again tomorrow on Tuesday. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you. The America you once knew is dead. Forget everything you thought you knew. You have been lied to. Used. Turned into a machine whose only use is repeating political talking points